Ko Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be a quick break hit. Inflation. Okay, look it up. Inflation. What we're prepared to walk into. The silver price is going up to, they said, about $100 an ounce. Okay, $100 an ounce. And they said that China is about to stop distributing their proportion of silver throughout the world, which is going to cause this fiat to spiral out of control. So let's get it. I pray that this be edifying. Before I get the little video, fair use, all right? Fair use copyright. I'm not selling any product. This is strictly for educational purposes. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. What are sown? Your storage houses, your stocks, okay, your grocery stores, your barn houses, okay, your warehouses. They're going to be unsown. They're going to be empty. All right. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Doesn't that speak for itself? There you go. Okay. Now, once again, with these prices increasing, what's going to happen? The supply is going to decrease. Okay, and the need for it is going to increase, but there will not be these substance will not be found. Okay. Once again, fair use act. I'm not selling a product. This is strictly educational purposes.
Cooling, but prices aren't going down. Debt is at record highs. Something is happening in the American economy that almost nobody is prepared for. Inflation is cooling, but prices aren't going down. Debt is at record highs. Homeownership is collapsing, and a massive wave of layoffs is quietly starting. So if you think things are normalizing, then you're in for a brutal wake-up call. This is the first time in a while where I've kind of looked around and been like, oh shit, I actually feel uncomfortable about the American economy. Like, don't get me wrong, I graduated college during COVID in 2020, but I've never seen a really big crash in the US economy like people saw in 2008 or in the
I find it funny that he's playing this video game in the background, because this is the conditions that we're going to be entering. And we got the Bible verses to back that up, Lord willing.
bubble back in the early 2000s. So what is actually happening in the US economy? Well, the first thing is that prices aren't going up, but they're staying up. So inflation is cooling down. It's not very high the way it was back in 2022, but prices are still going up year over year. It doesn't mean that prices are falling and going back to 2022 levels or 2021 levels. We're still seeing the price of everything go up. I mean, groceries are up 25% compared to 2019. Rent is up 20 to 30% nationally in the same period, but then wages are only up 15%. So the cost of everything is going up, yet our wages aren't going up to account for that. So even with lower inflation that we've seen the past couple of years, people feel broke because the price increases have already happened. So prices are staying up. They have not cooled down at all. The middle class, I feel like, is getting completely squeezed. Like, the median American can't afford the median home.
Hold on. Once again, forgive my cheat sheet. This is Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach. 12:3, Salakia. Okay, Ecclesiastic. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble. What's the keepers of the house? Once again, the heads, the foremans of these your grocery stores, your suppliers. And the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease because there are few. Okay, what's the grinding? The workers. Okay, and those that look out of the window be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Once again, these places go out of business. The elder from Chicago tells us all the time that if you go through Chicago, like downtown, a lot of those companies are boarded up and they just got paint over them to appear like there's still life going on when inside it's empty. Okay, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. And hey, that's all of this is prophecy partaken. Let's look at the music that's being pumped out now. Hot garbage, just straight up garbage. Sexy Red winning gospel albums, which is fitting because we know that gospel music is just as demonic as rap and any other R&B. None of it praises to Yahweh Shai. It's all to this to Caesar Borgia and the idols. Okay, so keeping it moving. The warning from Yahweh Shai, Matthew 24. Okay. And 6. This is red letter Yahweh Shai speaking. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Is this not fulfilling to prophecy today? Okay, you got Israel, Gaza, you got Ukraine, Russia, you got United States of America everywhere. Their hands is everywhere. Bombing Nigeria, okay? Threatening Iran, okay? They got their hands in both the Ukraine and Israel conflict. So wars and rumors of wars, okay? And other wars that we don't even know conflicts taking up. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine. That's what we focused on. That's what this inflation is going to cause. Okay, and once again, the date is supposed to be January 1st, where China cuts off their transport of the silver. All right, famine and pestilence and earthquakes. We got that, and diverse places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of what? Jacob's trouble. Okay, which we're in now. The door is cracked. Okay, this is the grand finale of this wicked place, of Esau's rulership. Okay, of his kingdom. Let's get back to this.
30-year mortgage payments are 2.5 times higher than 2019 for the same house. And the main reason for that is because interest rates are so high right now. And the only way for interest rates to continually keep getting cut is if inflation keeps dropping, which so far it has. And we have seen, I think, 2 cuts so far this year. But we're going to need to see the interest rates come down for people to be able to afford housing again, because prices aren't dropping, yet interest rates have gone up quite a bit.
That's not going to happen because that's not the will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, and it's definitely not the will of the serpent, okay, whose ultimate goal is the New World Order, okay, the MOTB, submission of all men, okay, all men.
Over the past few years, the average rate right now for a 30-year mortgage is somewhere between, I'd say, 6 and 7% from what I've seen. In the homeowner
Klaus Schwab's, you will eat the bugs and love it. You will own nothing and love it.
ownership rate for young people is dropping. I saw something recently that said the median age for somebody that is a first-time home buyer is 40 years old, which is the highest that we've ever seen. Even compared to just a few years ago, I think it was like 33 or 35, maybe 37, somewhere around there, but now it's jumped up all the way to 40. If you go back into like the 90s and the early 2000s, it was a lot younger. I think it was like early 30s or maybe late 20s.
I don't have time to play all of this.
Plus high interest rates, which that is just